What's good, yo? Pat here, another bang. We got Undisputed, the new day, day 3, man. This is the third day, and where is Michael Irvin? What is going on? What is going on, man? Where is Michael Irvin? I don't understand. What just happened? Where is Michael Irvin? I'm gonna check to see if he was in other segments, but I was gonna maybe watch the Giannis one. They're talking about him on the move, possibly. That would be my first time speaking on it, too. I've been peeping it, but I haven't said anything yet. There's nothing to react to, but maybe now. But let's go ahead and see the chill. We react to the first 2 days. I like it so far. It's even a lot of pat, but I don't know why Michael Irvin isn't there right now. I'm confused. So let's see, man.
Come on, man.
Third day.
Like,
reacted to
first of all,
first 2 days.
There's nothing to explain, but I'm gonna try.
Okay.
So when you think about it, we measure Super Bowls.
He's the best.
Quarterbacks by Super Bowls.
Best.
Well, Patrick Mahomes has 2. He's been
The best.
Yep.
Joe Burrow's been once. He has 0.
Okay.
Let's just stop there.
All right.
Now I typically don't do what most people do, but I'm gonna do it because it's a lot to get through. So if it wasn't for D Ford on the offsides in the AFC Championship game in his first full year as a starter, they reached the Super Bowl. Would you agree? Okay, so that's a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you look at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was crazy. That
3
whole
offensive
change.
linemen
Offside.
out.
That
So
was
he had
crazy.
me and you trying to protect him. Me and you, right? So now you go to 2018, he reached the Super Bowl. I mean, he reached the AFC Championship game, won the MVP.
Wasn't you?
2019, he won the Super Bowl. 2020, he goes, he loses. 2021, he reached the AFC Championship. 2022, he won the Super Bowl, won his second MVP.
Yep.
Now let's talk about his regular season. 16 regular season, postseason, fourth quarter comebacks, 18 regular season, postseason game-winning drives, MVP,
Bro.
2, Burrow 0. Super Bowls 2, Burrow 0.
Damn.
All Pros 2, Burrow 0.
Versus Sherman pick
5
Mahomes.
Pro Bowls, even though Pro Bowl now is not the same. It's just, it's not the same.
They send alternates.
Yeah, you could be the 19th alternate that got a Pro Bowl notch.
Tyler Huntley went last year with 4 touchdowns.
There you go. Joe Burrow won. Now, I'm not saying Joe Burrow's a slouch. The quarterbacks I play with, I take Joe Burrow's left arm and take him and make him my quarterback.
True.
But how can you
Yes,
sit
sir.
up here and try to explain,
I mean, he's
communicate,
nice.
argue, whatever you want to call it, debate that Joe Burrow is better? And please, for the life of me, don't tell me Patrick Mahomes has better weapons than Joe Burrow.
Can't say that.
He's got a better tight end. I'll say that.
Okay, so a tight end.
Okay, but he is the tight end.
Okay,
I've
so
never seen anything like him before.
That's okay.
He just
That's
gets
okay.
open
Have
like
you-
I've
have
never
He is
seen.
the tight end. Nah, he is.
Maybe have, because you've been around a long time, but have you ever seen a quarterback be able to operate with 3 dominant wide receivers? Jamar Chase, Higgins, along with Tyler Boyd. And then if I want to turn around and hand the football to Joe Mixon or check it down or whatever the case is, I can do it. Have you ever seen that?
Okay, I got it. Jamar
No,
Chase
you
is
don't.
big time, but the other two they're just very good. They're not
Oh,
great.
no, stop, man.
We're not talking about Pro Bowl
No. I
caliber.
don't care. T. Higgins is a Pro Bowl caliber. T. Higgins is a T. Higgins is a 1A wide receiver stuck on the Cincinnati Bengals. That is why if he ever
What about
gets to
that
free
guy named,
agency,
what's that guy's name in Miami? Tyreek. He used to be in
but
Kansas
guess
City.
what? But guess
He's
what,
pretty
Coach?
good.
But guess what, Coach? Tyreek is in Miami now.
I
like
know,
you
but
said.
he was-
guess
And he
what?
was in Miami for the
Guess what
fucking
he did, Coach?
second Super
He
Bowl.
wasn't in Kansas City last year, and guess what the Chiefs did? They went on and won the Super Bowl.
The same thing they've been doing.
The same thing they've been doing. With Juju Smith-Schuster at the main wide receiver position.
I need to hear how you
Okay,
argue this.
Miko Harmon, who else they had?
Mecole Hardman, they had
Harmon, who else?
Valdez
Skin, who else they had? They had another young pup.
I thought Harmon was
Tony,
injured,
but
bro.
there's a young pup. Oh man, I'm joking. Sky Moore.
Sky
I mean,
Moore,
like,
yeah.
come on.
Tony.
Stop. Skip, how you even gonna come back at me with that?
Yeah, I need to hear
I want to hear it.
You want to pile on first? You can.
No. I want to hear. I want to hear this.
Because
and
when
on
I
top of that-
unleash, I'm going to
But
unleash.
then on top of that, he was.
Someone told me where Michael Irvin was in the comments. Maybe he's not on every day.
Offensive coordinator that really wasn't calling plays and Eric Bieniemy, according to a lot of people.
Don't let me go there. Don't start me on that.
So,
I want
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, I understand, but I'm just saying. So if he's operating with all of that in a defense that he had to just literally bail out time after time after time after time. Come on, Skip, man,
Okay.
stop.
You want to go? You want me to go?
That's what
You're gonna let me go?
I'm about to.
Really?
Yeah, you go, sir. I want to see him hit you from the left.
All right. So Patrick was very fortunate to be drafted by one of the great offensive minds in the history of this league, and Andy Reid, especially as far as he runs an offense his way. And he spoiled this kid rotten because this kid's got huge talent because he's got a huge arm and he is an athlete because he grew up as a shortstop. His father played
I mean,
professional
he does have Andy
baseball
Reid. I'll give him
as a
that.
relief pitcher, but Patrick's got supreme athletic ability for a man who now goes, I think he's 240-ish. He is a big man. And once he lumbers, he can lumber down the field. So I'm going to give you all this. But all this stuff, all
Mahomes
this
might be a better
sidearm
runner than
between the
Burrow. They're
legs,
both pretty
behind the
solid.
back, nobody would let him get away with it except Andy Reid. And it often costs you because he will try just about
I don't give a
anything
shit.
at any
I don't give.
time.
He's earned that.
Oh, Tyreek stops
That's
and
fine.
comes back for it and waves for a
They
fair
cut that
catch.
shit?
He waved for a fair catch. And it's 3rd and, 15? Third
Did he
and-
pick up the first
Super
down?
Bowl. That's a Super Bowl.
15? Are you kidding
Did he
me?
pick up the first
Yeah,
down?
it won the game. It,
No, hold on,
it
I'm gonna let
saved
you
the
go
game.
real quick.
Wait, was that in the Super Bowl against Sherm?
Literally just showed me a clip
Okay.
of a quarterback protecting the receiver. Throwing
It was,
right
right? Because
between
Sherm was
his-
getting burnt by Sammy Watkins. Yo, no way.
so that the receiver head isn't decapitated.
And by the way, the first 3 times you give me all those stats of yours, the first 3 times these two met and went head-to-head in the National Football League,
Doesn't
Mahomes
matter.
beat him. Beat him all. I mean, sorry, Burrow beat Mahomes.
matter.
Beat him all 3 times. And I've got the stats. I will not bore you. He outgunned him every
Skip,
time.
Doesn't matter.
Outgunned him. He's
And
got
here's why it
Kelsey.
doesn't
He's
matter.
got
Hold on,
Tyreek.
Hold on.
Here's what it was.
It's my turn.
Because it's not one person in the National Football League that is drafting that would take that man over him, Richard.
It's not one.
I don't know that.
Is it my turn now? Skip,
There are a lot of fools drafting out there, too.
You
as
through?
see.
You through? That's it?
Yeah, I'm through. Actually, I'm not, but-
I'll give you room because that's a little. Skip. Everything Keyshawn named.
Yeah.
You had to show me clips in a Super Bowl that breaks my heart to this
Yeah,
day.
that's how I just
because
said.
that man gunned. 7 minutes to go in the game. We're up 10.
Up 10.
He went, I want to say 20 unanswered points.
Yeah, because your quarterback was sucking.
My quarterback didn't play defense. We had our number 1 defense in the land that year. I did not play well.
Okay.
He went out there and he threw strikes. He
Yes,
threw
he did.
strikes. He ran the ball well. He executed well. Andy Reid,
He went
one
crazy.
of the greatest offensive coordinators to grace this game.
Yes.
His system and Kyle's system are the 2 that are in the league that are having success. But Andy Reid, before Patrick Mahomes, has not won a Super Bowl. There was not Super Bowl champion on his name before he got with Mahomes. You talk about my favorite things, peanut butter and jelly, eggs and bacon. They got together and created something beautiful. So as much credit as you give Andy Reid, you have to give Patrick Mahomes the same amount of credit because he's not just out there nickel and diamond. He's not out there just regular season. You talked about the regular season not mattering when it came to Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers got these regular season awards. But I tell you what, this boy Patrick Mahomes, he gets in that playoff, he a bad man.
Really?
He's out there. When he goes to the Super Bowl, he's likely going to get the Super Bowl MVP. Now, last year, I'll give you a little bit more. Did he get a little lucky in the AFC title game with that roughing the passer late in the game? Joseph Asai, oh my God, I feel so bad for the kid. He got that late roughing the passer, and that pretty much sealed the game for the.
Sealed the
But you're
deal.
going to get every now and then, you're going to get a little.
You're going to get a little luck. That's part of the game. But you know what's not lucky? Those 2 5,000-yard seasons that he threw. Only other person to do it, Drew Brees. Touchdown time, the GOAT. This man has only been in the league 5 years. 5 years. He got 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And when Burrows has weapons, Burrows had a better defense last year. They were 6th in points.
Yeah.
Mahomes' defense, 16th in points allowed. But it doesn't matter because you got Patrick Mahomes. And I guarantee you every man on that defense would say, hey, as long as we got him, we feel no pressure. Because whatever lead we got or deficit we have, we feel like he can
Let me
bring
know how
us
y'all
back.
feel about it. I
Him
mean,
and Travis
y'all know who I
Kelce,
got.
You're not talking about a guy.
I got the GOAT.
We're talking about
I
a
got
Hall
the-
of Fame,
I got the
all-time, maybe
man.
all-time
I got the
greatest
one
tight
in
end,
red.
all-time great tight
Whole lot
end.
of
Let's call him an
red.
all-time
I like
great tight end.
red.
So you give him that.
You hear me?
But he's done
But
it with Juju
Joe Burrow's
Smith-Schuster as
goated
one.
too.
And there's
Fuck
not a
Joe
lot
Burrow.
of guys who would say, man, I'm picking Juju
It just sucks that
Smith-Schuster
it
over
has
a
to
lot of
be,
these
like,
guys in the
awful
league. No
now.
offense to Juju. He's a great player, and he's had great success. But he had a lot of guys you wouldn't have picked on a lot of teams.
Yeah, and running back, best
Juju
running
got
back he
his
ever
too.
had was the year.
Trying to Juju.
Other than that,
Wait a second. In last year's Super Bowl, they ran for 158 yards.
I'm not talking about just the Super Bowl. I'm talking about
Yeah, that
over
one
the
clutch
course
run
of
on
the
3rd
season.
down.
I'm
I
talking
mean,
about the running game as a whole.
All right, but we're talking about Super Bowls.
And then when you think about Joe Burrow, they played the Raiders in the playoffs, right? The first time that they got, the time they went on the run to get Kansas City Super Bowl. A whistle was blown. The defense stopped. He threw the ball. They gave him the touchdown. It's
I
luck
remember that.
involved in some of this.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of luck involved in some of this.
All right, but in last year's Super Bowl,
That's crazy.
against a defense that I thought was overrated all year because it's the Eagles defense that gave up 40 points to my Cowboys on Christmas Eve in Dallas.
You said the Eagles defense is overrated? The Eagles defense is
Mahomes managed 182. I did not think he played all that well in that game by his standards. And it took the 158 rushing the football, and it took that punt return. Remember, what was it, 65 yards all the way down to the 5? That was a huge play in that game. Was it? Okay, it took that to take him off the hook. It took Jalen. I don't know what happened. Jalen just lost the handle.
Hold on.
He just lost the handle and it got run back. He got run back for a touchdown.
Not only is he going to Super Bowls, but in the Super Bowls that he wins, he's playing against the #1 defense for that year, including ours. He playing against the #1 defense. They had 70 sacks. And he's beating them. Like, defense wins championships. I will live and die by that. He goes to the championship and plays the best the NFL has to offer. The 2 wins he has, and he beats them.
And one of the best defenses when he lost to Tampa with an offensive line that
with an offensive line that
wait a second. You told me just 2 days ago, our first day here together, that Joe Burrow took an offensive line almost to win the Super Bowl. That was like the 3 of us blocking.
The janitors.
Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
True.
You're right.
It's true.
All right,
We're just telling you that the offensive line in the Super Bowl that he did lose to Tampa Bay was completely dismantled, much like Joe Burrow's was. But Patrick Mahomes has been there a number of times. Joe Burrow is not.
Joe Burrow is a...
He hasn't won his division, I don't believe yet.
But Joe Burrow is a deadly accurate thrower of the football.
But nobody said, I never said he wasn't.
Listen,
and you don't think Patrick Mahomes is a deadly accurate thrower of the football?
Not quite as accurate as this kid is. And by the way, swagger, this kid's got some, he got some Aaron Rodgers going on, right?
I like the Cartier glasses and the chains and the mink coats. I like all that.
And if you look at college football, and again, I watched Patrick a whole lot at Texas Tech, and he threw some parties at Texas Tech. But listen, Joe Burrow, that last year, there's never been a season like this in college football. He goes 60 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Yeah, not in college
I'm not arguing.
No, we are arguing though. You're comparing college football to NFL, bro. Sure, get on him.
Justin Jefferson, I got it, but somebody's got to get them the football.
I'm not arguing.
What are we talking about?
And Justin Jefferson, I got it, but somebody's got to get them the football.
I'm not arguing.
Okay.
I'm not arguing that. College football, he was the man amongst boys. Patrick Mahomes was with Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech for crying out loud. Stop it.
I watched Baker Mayfield outgun him. They both threw for like 800 yards. Seriously.
Yeah, that was a crazy team, man.
So, case closed. It's Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes.
What y'all better do is go get this man some Band-Aids because he got beat up.
And I apologize because Skip.
Yeah, we didn't mean to jump on you like that. We like you.
Yeah, I love your delusion, both of you.
I live.
All right, hold on. There was one more. This one right here. All right, let's see what they're saying about Giannis. This is my first time speaking on it too. I was thinking about making a video. I might have to, but Giannis said that he might leave the Bucks. Y'all seen it? It wouldn't be a dumb move, in my opinion.
Keyshawn, you first.
I mean,
is it a foregone conclusion? Giannis,
I don't want him to, because like that'd be sad. But like, as a Giannis fan, like I'm not a Bucks fan whatsoever. I'm just a Giannis fan.
100%.
But he wouldn't be dumb.
LeBron James coming to LA for 2 years.
Agreed.
Did it not happen?
Seemed like 10 years, but go ahead.
But it happened.
Yes.
And when you think about
He better go to the
Los
Warriors.
Angeles,
He should go to the Warriors.
And I know, everybody don't want to play for the Lakers. No, they do. I started this show out by talking about the Cowboys, the Yankees, the Lakers.
And on this, I agree.
People want to be in the purple and gold. There's just something magical about it. When we want big stars, we want them. We get them. We get them.
Yeah, he don't want to be in Milwaukee.
We want LeBron James. We get him. We want Will Chamberlain. We get him.
It's crazy.
We get him. I mean, it's just, we traded, we got Powell, whatever the case may be.
O'Neal.
Shaq, we wanted, and guess what Dr. Bus did? They don't want to give you the $100 million. No problem. We're going to give you 100 plus. Come on over here with us. And that, so when you look at it, Giannis is an international star. What is Los Angeles and what is New York? International. It ain't Milwaukee. No disrespect to Milwaukee or anything like that, but it's not Milwaukee. Okay? There's something to be said about wearing the purple and the gold.
Yeah.
I mean, he won one. That's the thing. That's why I say it's alright. He won one. You feel me?
You can be part of the 19th because we're gonna get
He
one
won before.
but you can be part
So-
of the 19th, 20th, and thereon. Now, look, it's 2 years from now. A million things could happen.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
bro.
if we were to get Giannis,
That's why he wanted
and
them.
we were to entertain,
They don't
that
win these next
seriously,
2 years.
And Mark Stein, fabulous reporter. He's
He
not.
is.
He's not just throwing it against
No.
the wall and hope it stick. He's really
one of
staying
the best.
One of the best. He got it somewhere.
Yeah.
He's saying it because it's true.
Yeah.
And if it happens, then hey, man.
Look, we talking about Giannis, so right now I got to keep it a buck. You see what I did there?
Ha 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 ha.
In Lakerland,
Yeah.
you got to be a superstar. Like, if there's a top 20 player available at any point in time.
And no Michael
in
Irvin on this
Lakers
one either, by the
history,
way.
They're going to be involved in it. There's so many jerseys hanging up in the rafters. There's so much history. Great big men. LeBron had to come. He talked about why he came, because of the star power in L.A. Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace. Star power in L.A. If there's a great player, we're going to be involved. But you know what I think is going to happen? Because he got 2 years. You saying this, Giannis, nobody wants to come to Milwaukee as is. So now you're saying I may not even be here. How are you going to
Yeah,
expect
that's
another
tough.
superstar to come commit
Yeah.
to a future with you?
You
But you
man
know what you're
down.
doing? You're alerting the Milwaukee Bucks. Hey, might be time to move me early.
Yeah.
And what do the Lakers have that they can move? Anthony Davis just signed a contract. Their numbers probably match up just right. And it's the kind of thing Rob Pelinka would do.
Straight up.
You can't do it till December because he just signed
Straight
an
up.
extension. But is that something that could happen? Giannis and LeBron
Straight up.
James, there's potential there. I'm not saying it could happen. I haven't heard anything.
Straight up.
I don't know anything. But I'm just saying, in Lakerland, that's the kind of stuff we expect. That's the magic dust. Because if they
Straight
traded
up.
for Giannis,
Straight up, I would do it if I was the Lakers,
them ahead
bro.
of with, potentially losing him for nothing later on. You get Anthony Davis, another great player in the National Basketball Association. LeBron gets to play with arguably, debatably, the best player in basketball right now, again. And you get more star power in LA. I think it makes sense for
Whether he
everybody.
come now or later, we certainly will take
Right.
him.
Right.
By the way, once upon a time, long ago, far away, this guy named Kareem
They should
Abdul-Jabbar,
do
he
that,
was
bro.
playing for the Bucks, and all of a sudden he's playing for the Lakers. I'm saying,
I mean,
how
if
did
the
that
Bucks
happen?
want to take on
And
that contract,
the
they might
Lakers
say
gave
no to
like
that.
Junior Bridgman, and that was about it. It's like not fair. It's rigged. It just feels like whoever that guy is at the time is going to. Where would you be without Kareem?
Right.
Like how many of those banners?
Where would
be
Magic be without Kareem?
Doesn't mean anything though, right? Kareem came to LA. Kareem played his time, and then we went on to win championships since then.
Damn, it would
We
be
won some
Kareem shit.
championships before the cap came.
You did.
But at the end of the day, when you look at it, if Giannis was to land in Los Angeles, Anthony Davis makes some, makes some sense. I don't know if it'll happen this year.
That's fair.
I like
Giannis
that.
would be arguably the most popular guy in the NBA in Los Angeles because of the international piece.
Yep.
The NBA is an international. And if you're in Los Angeles and you're Giannis and you playing at the level and the expectations and winning championship after championship, the lure, the movies, just all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
That's why when you think about it, and I talked about it a while ago at another network about how Giannis, when he signed that extension the first time around, wouldn't
This is
be
interesting,
in
man.
Milwaukee through it. He just wouldn't be. You could just tell.
Right.
You could tell that at some point the New York, LA marketplace would get to him.
You just think about how often do you see Giannis in commercials? How often do you see Giannis outside of playing for the Milwaukee Bucks? You don't see it. It's not
He's starting to get a little bit.
A little bit. But if he moved to LA,
All right, I got it. But
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
here's the downside of this.
Starting
Moving to
to.
LA. He has been able to play in virtual shadows in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Small media. So is Aaron in Green Bay, for that matter. But Giannis has demonstrated sometimes a little thin skin. He can get a little prickly, a little salty real quick with the media. Better be careful. You better be careful what you wish for, because you come here, as you know about New York and LA markets, because you played in both of them. All of a sudden, you can't get away with that on a nightly basis here the way you can in Milwaukee, where they're just down on their knees saying, please don't leave.
But guess what?
Right.
Guess
Yeah.
what cures all that? Winning.
True.
If you win,
Yeah.
I don't care about what the media says.
Okay.
True.
I can
If they
sound
win,
back
man.
at
All right,
you.
man. Let me know your thoughts on this Undisputed Day 3, man. I don't know where Michael Irvin was today. It was pretty solid. If you like sports talk, I feel like you would like the show, you know. That's your will probably be back with it tomorrow, man. So let me know your thoughts on these topics, bro. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe. Catch y'all later. We got a Bebo right before this. Got top 10 running backs coming today. Or should I do quarterbacks? One or the other. I don't know. We'll see. Top of 10 receivers out yesterday going into the season. NFL coming very soon. Mahomes or Burrow, who you got?